everybody. Welcome to the Pack Basketball Show. We're here at ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House. Jim Brooks along with my good buddy here, Ty McDonough, fresh off baseball this week. A little tough, Ty, over the weekend, but we're back to basketball, and we got winning ways for the basketball teams this last couple of ball games.
Yeah, absolutely, Jim. Excited for another week of basketball. I think baseball and Bobby Applegate's squad, they'll get things figured out. I got faith in them.
I have faith in them, too. We just got to learn when to stop. When you're running the bases, right?
Yeah, learn how to stop it
when
at
you're
third.
Behind, obey the stop sign.
Starters are incredible. Starters have done a great job so far.
They are awesome. Well, let's
Chime today was named Player of the Week, Pitcher of the Week.
That's nice. Well, let's talk some basketball. The Thunderwolves, let's start with the women. On Tuesday night, we could go against UCCS. Just an incredible effort to win that ball game. I mean, they played out of their minds, I thought.
Yeah, it was one of those games they felt like they had to have at home. UCCS, it was a rough go the first time they played them, and they really just put their foot on the gas in this one. Sanaa Martinez, incredible. Genesis Sweetwine, who we're going to talk to here in a little bit, she was incredible in that one. Those two girls had career highs in that game, and Tommy Johnson and Taylor Proctor coached their butt off in that one. Big win. Well,
it was crazy because they had more points about 3 minutes to go in the first half than they had the entire game up there in the Springs, where they scored only 35. I thought the key to that game, though, was after UCCS made that great run at them in the second half, pulled within 4, thought, oh, no, Thunderwolves might be going down the tubes in this game, but they responded and got the lead back up to double figures going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's college basketball for you. That's a game of basketball now. It's a game of runs. It's whenever you get – it's not if you're going to get punched. When you get punched, how well do you respond? And those girls on Tuesday responded well. Just a great shooting performance, but it wasn't just the shooting. They played every phase of the game was incredible.
And they followed it up on Thursday night against Colorado Christian. Trailed at halftime, actually, kind of a slow start. You and I did that game together, which was a lot of fun. Second half, Thunderwolves had a great third quarter. In fact, we were doing a little foreshadowing. It felt like a genius. Said this next 5 minutes of this third quarter against Colorado Christian may be the most important 5 minutes of the year, and the Thunderwolves played like it.
Yeah, it's just one of those games, tough road environment, small gym. The crowd gets into it a little bit. They're going to rattle the players a little bit. They came out, whatever Coach Johnson said at halftime, it worked because those first 5 minutes they played really well. It was one of those games, wasn't their best performance, but that's how it is on the road. Sometimes it's going to be sloppy, a little gritty, and they found a way to beat a CCU team who is probably a little bit better than their record. They've beaten some really good Lone Star teams early in the year, and it was a big road win for them.
The gritty is my favorite word this year. I think that we've used that quite a bit, and it was that kind of win when you win on the road against Colorado Christian. It seemed like they were going to make a run at them, but the Thunderwolves just held them at bay. The thing you have to remember, Dasani was hurt in that game, but she gutted it out and played. I thought that was huge.
And that was incredible. Dasani has turned out to be an incredible point forward for the Thunderwolves. Really good job. She does a great job to complement Genesis. The two of them are just dishing the ball out left and right. They find the open person. Dasani's not forcing any shots right now. She's doing all the dirty work. Right. She's dishing. She's rebounding. She's making the extra pass. She's doing a great job, and I love the role that Dasani Nesbitt has really filled in the second half of this team.
Well, let's talk about the men's ball club on Tuesday night against UCCS. Just a back and forth game a little bit early, but it never seemed like the Thunderwolves were out of control in that game. They just got them down and just kept increasing, I thought.
No, yeah, like you said, it was exactly like that. They were playing in front of the home crowd, never really got nervous or anything, never really got pressed like, hey, UCCS. It was a back and forth game, and they were able to eventually pull away there at the end, and I think that just shows the testament of how calm and the composure of our team.
Well, then the opposite may be in stake on Thursday night against Colorado Christian. That was a crazy defensive struggle. Both teams it was kind of like a battle royale out there.
That's how it is in conference play. You get teams that want to beat each other up. CCU is another team that have been playing really well. Their record does not show how good they really are. They're a lot better team. Hostile environment.
Yes.
Not everybody had piled in from the women's game into the men's game yet. And once that men's game going, it was a dog fight. It was a street fight. It was going to be sloppy. It was going to be ugly. And I love to use this term with the women's team, and Zach Rubinstein might roll his eyes a little bit since it's a Texas Tech thing, but toughest team wins at the end, and I think the toughest team gritted it out and won by 2 points.
Yeah, they did. They pulled that thing out, and they kept telling people on the air, listening to the ball game on Fox Sports Pueblo, that just need to get this lead to double figures. And then all of a sudden the Thunderwolves finally did. They went up 13, and then the roof kind of caved in for a little bit, but you knew Colorado Christian to make a run, and they boy, did they.
Well, and you're not going to always shoot it great on the road. Right. And the thing that I love about Coach Rubin's squad is they play defense night in and night out. So you can afford to have nights where you don't shoot it that well, where your offense isn't as crisp. They won that game on defense, just allowing, 54 points in that one. I mean, if you hold a team to 54 points in their own gym, there's a good chance you're going to win.
I think Jaden Kennis, unbelievable. The last 2 possessions on offense, both on drives to the hoop and finished.
Had to have it. Had to have it from him. I mean, he was huge in that one. Jordan Blair was good in that game. Dylan Sanders, another good performance. But yeah, JB and Jaden Kennis are kind of their go-to guys late in the shot clock, and Jaden really performed there late in the game.
Plus, we learned something that we talk about all the time. Late in the ball game, that ball never lies, Ty. It never lies.
Never lies.
It
never
does.
Never
lies. They have a little kind of a suspect foul called on the Thunderwolves when the guy came around the edge, slipped down, their best player, fell down. Foul was called, went to the line, front end of the 1-on-1, and missed it, which was huge. Thunderwolves got the rebound, closed it out.
Yeah, Sam. It was Sam who got the foul call, and I was like, "Come on, don't do that to Sam. That's my guy right there." But
exactly.
Yeah, ball don't lie. Ball don't lie.
Ball don't lie, because it shouldn't have been a foul, and they did call it. But then I felt, even in real time, when they got the rebound off the missed free throw, like, well, the game's over. And then all of a sudden the shots launched from three-quarter court, and you can see the arc of the ball. I'm like going, tracking. Off the top of the backboard. I felt so good after that thing missed.
It's like what we like to say, let's just get in the clubhouse, get out of there. With 2 or 3 holes left, just get in the clubhouse. Let's get out of here.
Well, let's get the heck out of this segment. We'll come back after this timeout. We'll talk to Tommy Johnson and Genesis Sweetwine, the assist machine for the Thunderwolves.
Point God.
That's right. The point God is right. Right after this timeout, this is the Pack Basketball Show. Hello, Thunderwolves fans. Jim Brooks here, your voice of the Thunderwolves, reminding you that tonight's edition of the Pack Basketball Show is brought to you by The Howler and the Colorado Collegiate Chronicle, courtesy of B-Fish Inc., also known as Tim Simmons, the resident historian of Pack Athletics. It is real simple. Visit bficcc.com to access the Colorado Collegiate Chronicle homepage. From there, click on the Click Here button to sign up for The Howler. Each week, you will receive in your email box a new edition with articles and links to keep you up to date on all things Pack Athletics. Join the Colorado Collegiate Chronicle and sign up for The Howler today. At ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House, we're all about great food, cold beer, and unbeatable game day vibes. Located near CSU Pueblo, we're the go-to spot for students, locals, and sports fans looking for a place to kick back, enjoy delicious handcrafted pizzas, and catch the big game. Every dish is made with fresh ingredients and bold flavors, from our signature pizzas and juicy burgers to our wide selection of ice-cold beers on tap. Whether you're celebrating with friends, grabbing a bite after class, or fueling up before the game, it's where the action happens. Come for the food, stay for the atmosphere. ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House. And welcome back to the Pack Basketball Show. Thanks, Rock. Rock's in the house here tonight at ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House. Rock's over there wanting a cheeseburger, Tommy, so if you ever think about it, Genesis, get him a cheeseburger, and he'll go for it, and he loves it. Well, what an incredible week the women's basketball team had last week, taking care of UCCS in convincing fashion in the fourth quarter. Third quarter, they made a little run at you, but you guys put them away. I thought that was really the most impressive part of the game, Tommy, was them coming back on you in such a hurry, but the team didn't panic. You just, hey, take care of business, and eventually got the lead back out to double figures at the end of the third quarter, and then rolled them in the fourth.
Yeah, you expect a team like that to make a run. Pretty good, prideful, national tournament aspirations, and so we tried to let it go for a little bit in the third and see if our girls could get it together themselves, and they weren't able to do that quite, but that timeout came, and I thought everybody was poised, and Genesis got us under control, and we were able to defeat the press and get some easy buckets.
Well, let's take it to you, Genesis. I thought these not just the last 2 ball games, but the last probably 5 or 6 games, you've really found your role on this team, becoming a great distributor of the pass. This is some incredible pass. Not just the easy pass. I mean, you're making some remarkable passes out there.
Yeah, I'm definitely, I told you before, I'm more of a pass-first guard. I like to get my teammates involved. I like to get people, the easy shots. And then my teammates just make it easy for me. They're like always open, always ready to shoot the ball, so it helps.
Well, when Sanea's running the court, I talked to Sanea about it. I go, you don't want to be running the break, and Tommy can attest to this. You're running the break, you're filling the lane, and then the ball didn't come to you. You feel like it was a wasted effort. There's never any wasted effort when you're filling the lane. You find them.
Yeah, me and Sanea's chemistry is crazy. I mean, even in JUCO, we were like that. I don't know. She just knows, like, if I have the ball in the backcourt to just get out and run, I'm gonna find her. So.
Then we found out in this game against UCCS, don't go behind the screen. When they were screening, they were going underneath it and leaving you exposed out front. You said, well, you're going to go behind the screen. I'm going to shoot it over the top of, and you made them pay.
Yeah, definitely kudos to Coach Johnson. He's always telling me, like, if they go under the screen, to just be confident in my shot and knock it down, and that's what I did a lot of against UCCS, so it just felt good to knock down some shots.
I think, Tommy, you're finding that out right now. Your ball club is figuring out when to fire, when not to fire, and letting the game come to you, and don't hesitate when it does get to you. When it's your number, fire it and hit.
Well, me and you've talked about just the lineup change, I think, has been incredible for players like Genesis and Sanea to get more opportunities to get into a rhythm and do those type of things. It's hard to do that when you shoot once every 5 or 6 possessions or you don't touch it very much. So the lineup change has enabled them to get more comfortable, take some shots, get in the rhythm. And so really proud of the other girls for filling those other roles and letting Genesis and Sanea command the offense.
Well, I think you're finding out through this lineup change, it's Owens and Bob are comfortable rebounding the ball. Seems like they get into the game. They know when they're coming off the bench, seems like, well, we need them to score. I think when they're starting the game, they realize, you know what? We got scoring out on the court. Let's take care of the boards. And Ty and I, especially watching the game against Carter Christian, and Isla was a beast on the boards in that game.
You know what? That's one of the hidden treasures of her game we didn't know about. Obviously, I think she's a good shooter. She does a great job because of her reputation of spreading the floor. You penetrate to her side, the defense is not going to leave. But, man, she really is coming to battle on especially the defensive glass where we need to help the most. She goes, rebounds, doesn't do too much. She finds the guard, and she fills the lane, and she's been great at that role.
And when you're getting an opportunity to hit a couple shots, which she's done the last couple of ball games as well. Well, Genesis, get back to you. I mean, can you have imagined this, maybe the midway point of the season, it was kind of up and down for the ball club, and then you've come up with a couple of big wins. I thought the win at Westminster, coming from behind, winning that game, has kind of ignited you guys a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like you said, it was kind of rough at first, but I don't think any of us ever denied, like, being capable to get to where we are right now. And I'm just really proud of the team for fighting through the adversity, fighting through the tough games, the ones that we could have lost and won, and the ones that we may have dropped.
Well, I think you've proven it against everybody in the conference. Maybe Mesa outstanding, but you have to remember you guys had them down 4 at the end of the first quarter. Probably should have been hit by 10 if it hit a couple shots that were open. But I think you got their coach's respect too, saying, "Man, those guys are pressing us. If they'd have stayed in that press all night long, we might have had some problems." They had a great second quarter, but goes without saying, I think you guys have a chance against everybody you're going against.
Yeah, we definitely, it's more than a chance. Like, we're not afraid of anybody. We're not afraid. We're not worried. We're fully confident in our abilities as a team, as individuals, and we just know who to go to at the right time. So.
Well, Tommy, let's talk about some of the health of your ball club. Dasani came up with a little bit of a knee injury, and late in the game against UCCS, game time decision against Carter Christian. I actually talked to her before the game. Are you going to be all right? She said, I'm all right. I'm all right. Like, well, you haven't convinced everybody. You got to make sure you're on. I'm all right. I'm going to play. And she got out there limping a little bit, but, man, did she gut it out. And, like we said, doing the little things, I think that's what everybody out on this ball club is realizing right now. Do little things, big things will happen.
And that's all that matters. The the more I do this, you realize that we can't talk about winning all the time. We got to talk about doing the little things that add up to it. Winning is a byproduct of us just being who we're supposed to be on a daily basis. Right now, we call it reasonable expectations.
Okay.
Is it reasonable for you to rebound and take care of the ball and play defense, and when in doubt, give it to Sine or Genesis? So those are reasonable expectations, and she's been great at that. But the health of our ball club right now is probably like everybody else in the country. Dasani's a little gimpy, and we're trying to make sure our point guard over here is ready to go down the stretch as well. But for the most part, the energy's up, and we're pretty healthy.
Well, Genesis, reasonable expectations for this reporter: just show up. That's about all I got to do. I just got to show up and be able to talk, and then I'll be all right. But the other thing I've admired about your ball game, in particular, especially the UCCS game, you're fearless. I say you're vertically challenged. In other words, you're short. But you know that you've been shorter your whole life, right? So you have to get tough, and you have no fear. It seems like driving the ball down. If the shot gets blocked, so be it. I'm still going to drive it in there.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Jay just wants me to be able to make plays, be able to be a threat offensively as well, even through my passing. So I just try to do that as much as I can, but keep a balance between my passing and scoring.
Now, has it been this way all year, where have you hit some people in the face with a pass? Because right now, you got to be on high alert because you're going to find them, and sometimes they're not the most direct pass. Sometimes they're kind of a no-look pass and winging it at them, and they better be ready.
I mean, no, everyone's pretty ready for my passes on this team, so that's helpful. Nobody's gotten hit yet, so.
All right, let's talk about this week's matchups. A couple of tough ones. Metro State on Thursday, Mines on Saturday. First look at Metro this year. We played Mines earlier this year. That's when they got away. They were probably going, man, we got to get back at them. But this Metro ball club, slowly but surely, under a new coach, it seems every week, every game, they get a little bit better.
Veteran coach, been in this league before as well. He was at Highlands before. He's been known to turn programs around pretty quick, so a lot of respect for him. I think they have found their niche. They do some things a little bit different nobody else in the league is doing, especially defensively. A half court, little diamond and one look, and the pressure up top. They still got some really good guards that can play one-on-one and play off the ball screen on the offensive end. And so, but I think we match up well with them, player for player, and also style of play. So I think, if we can outrun the zone and take care of the ball and get it to some of our better shooters in the corner and exploit the middle, I like our chances.
Well, it seems to me like everybody that scouts the Thunderwolves, they come out with one thing. They're gonna jump you at the top. They're gonna try to double team you, but you're doing a great job of not panicking, getting around the double team. And once you get around the double team, then you got numbers. It's like a 4-on-3 break, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's definitely been a work in progress as the season has progressed. Just trying to just be aggressive coming off the traps and off the double teams. But yeah, I don't know. I think I'm figuring it out, so it's helping.
Well, Tommy, I'm sure you've looked at the standings. You know how important these ball games. I mean, everybody's worried about just getting in. I think right now, sky's the limit. You can win these 4 games. You might be able to get up to 6, maybe even 5th if things fall the right way. But more importantly, you just want to take care of business. If you do, then good things can happen.
You know what? I've tried to not look that far ahead.
That's what Ty and
that's
let's figure this out. Computations.
The last couple of years, we did that before 2 or 3 years ago. Who's got to lose? Who's got to win? We're just fortunate and excited that we control our own destiny. And so you brought it up earlier, like that. There's certain wins you didn't know were big wins, and they are. So the Westminster win, all of a sudden they're hot now. They're beating people.
Right.
That turns into a good win for us. And so we got a lot of confidence right now that we control our destiny. Starts on Thursday night. One game at a time. Pour all our heart and soul into every game, preparation-wise, and we'll go from there.
Well, Genesis coaches, they don't want to talk about the next game, but I'm going to talk about it. Saturday, you got Mines in that game, and I'm sure that's one where you guys probably collectively as a group saying, man, we should have won that game. You had a nice lead, and it got away from you late.
Yeah, I mean, we know what's on the line Thursday as well as Saturday. Obviously, like you said, we dropped that one against Mines the first time, but I think, like I said, we're fully confident that we can beat any team in the league, and Mines is definitely a school that we're gunning for to get our win back.
Is that what the collective mindset of this group is right now? I can almost sense it. I mean, 6 games to go, then, man, we got to win this game. We got to win, one of these 2 this week, and lo and behold, you dust UCCS, take care of Colorado Christian. I'm saying, man, maybe I underestimated you guys. Is that kind of what you guys feel like? It's like, you know what? People are kind of trying to bury us. We're alive and well.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, a few weeks ago it was a little shaky. And, people were a little, we were on edge a little bit. But after that UCCS game, I told Coach Jay, that really helped our morale. It's just our team, our positivity overall, and now we just have more confidence than ever.
Well, Tommy, knowing you the way I've known you for the years, that's kind of the way you operate. You're always saying, man, is everything all right? Well, winning takes care of everything, doesn't it?
Winning is definitely
a tonic.
It's the magic potion for sure. And then it's not just winning, sometimes it's how you win.
Right.
When you go out there and the UCCS victory wasn't a fluke, even Shadron, it wasn't nothing fluky had to happen. And then you go up to CCU after a very short break, and you go up there against another competitive team, and you're able to impose your will and your style of play and your flow on the game. You do feel good, and I think the kids feel good about it, and I'm super lucky to have leaders, especially starting with Genesis Sweetwine here, where I can go to them and get the beat of the team.
All right, reasonable expectations. I'm going to show up on Thursday. We have Metro State Thursday night. I'll be there. These two will be there. Thanks for coming on the show tonight.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
All right.
Go Pack.
Concludes this women's portion of our show. We're going to change things up. Come back. We're going to talk a little track and field as Ty McDonough is going to talk to Matt Morris and a guest that comes your way next. This is the Pack Basketball Show.
At ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House, we're all about great food, cold beer, and unbeatable game day vibes. Located near CSU Pueblo, we're the go-to spot for students, locals, and sports fans looking for a place to kick back, enjoy delicious handcrafted pizzas, and catch the big game. Every dish is made with fresh ingredients and bold flavors, from our signature pizzas and juicy burgers to our wide selection of ice-cold beers on tap. Whether you're celebrating with friends, grabbing a bite after class, or fueling up before the game, it's where the action happens. Come for the food, stay for the atmosphere. ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House.
Hello, Thunderwolves fans. Jim Brooks here, your voice of the Thunderwolves, reminding you that tonight's edition of the Pack Basketball Show is brought to you by The Howler and the Colorado Collegiate Chronicle, courtesy of B-Fish Inc., also known as Tim Simmons, the resident historian of Pack Athletics. It is real simple. Visit bficcc.com to access the Colorado Collegiate Chronicle homepage. From there, click on the Click Here button to sign up for The Howler. Each week, you will receive in your email box a new edition with articles and links to keep you up to date on all things Pack Athletics. Join the Colorado Collegiate Chronicle and sign up for The Howler today.
All right, we're back here on the Pack Basketball Show, but we got a couple tracksters in here. John Sweep and Coach Matt Morris. Coach and John, welcome to the Pack Basketball Show. After an awesome weekend that you guys had in Arkansas, Coach, why don't you just kind of kick things off and tell us? I mean, John's over here breaking records left and right. You got relay teams doing their stuff. It was like watching the Olympics there with everybody there. Just talk about the how cool it was there in Arkansas this past weekend.
Appreciate it. Hey, and before that, I want to say, and you guys, Jim will appreciate this. Scotty Scheffler, when he won the Byron Nelson, right? He's like, I finally made it.
Which time?
The first time. The first time he won, because it's a big deal. He's from that town. He's like, right? Me being on the Jim Brooks show, I know I finally made it. This is my Byron Nelson moment. So
I think I finally made it. He finally let me get up here and talk by myself without him.
I don't even know what's going on.
He's the producer back there.
Here, so, no, we had a phenomenal weekend. I appreciate it. We designed this trip, and it's the first time we've gone to Arkansas. And it's a big meet. It's very difficult to get into. But we get some kids that probably have given that opportunity would do well. So we reached out. They're like, "Yep, go. If you can get your kids in, you can get in." And so we got the kids in we needed. We took 13 athletes with us. It was a long trip, but we had it planned out pretty well, and the kids executed perfectly. And so it was exactly what we wanted to get from it, and it was a great experience. And just everybody ran really hard and threw well, and it was exciting. So I don't want to steal too much time. I want John to talk a little bit.
Well, John, he texted me on Saturday. It was me and Dr. Plinske in a group chat. He's over here giving us results, and Dr. Plinske goes, "What are you feeding him?" And he goes, "He's just turned into an animal, man." And you have, I mean, over the years, I've gotten to cover you guys now for 3 years, and I mean, it's just a leap every year for you, man. What now you're a junior, and what is every year just kind of meant for you, making a leap every year?
It means a lot because I think in this sport, a lot of times it's repetitive. So seeing the progress and all the hours that you put in actually start to, come with results is, it's really special. And it was a good first 2 years, kind of getting the ropes, and now it's nice to see everything start clicking and coming together, and all those miles and times that, times where you didn't want to run, didn't want to go to weights, actually start making some.
Start adding up.
Yeah, records start falling. So.
Were you a little starstruck this past week there in Arkansas?
Starstruck with the big meet and everything.
Yeah, I was going to say, what you said Noah Lyles was there. I mean, everybody, all the big guns were there.
Honestly,
you were there. I mean,
to me, it was just another track meet. It was cool to be around all those really fast guys and a lot of great competition. But I think looking at it, I just wanted to use that more to my advantage than kind of get scared away from it. So I was more excited to see that there was a lot of fast guys there.
School record in the 3K.
Yep.
And then in the mile also, it was also a school record as well.
I think technically not.
It's the fastest official time we've ever run, but Reese has run faster, the slower elevation, but more bigger conversion.
Yeah.
Big conversion,
But technically, so John's 3K is the 10th fastest time ever in D2 history, and his mile is 9th fastest time ever.
I didn't even know that. So.
What does that mean? How cool does that sound?
It's nice, but I'm just keeping it rolling. I'm just excited to keep it rolling into nationals. So records are nice, but I'm just ready for March 13th and 14th. So.
Well, Coach, you got this man beast over here as you described him. Talk about some of your other runners that competed this weekend there in Arkansas and some of your throwers.
Yeah, and actually we got off to a great start. Cam Eustace and Caden Schweer both ran the 3K and ran PRs, and they were in a quick race, and they really executed well, and that kind of got us going. We were all fired up. And then we had John and Jaden in the 3Ks, and they ran really well. And then I think on Friday that was all we had.
We had the 800s.
Oh, the 800s, right? Yeah, the University 800s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually,
Tim and Caleb and
yeah,
that one.
Tim,
Yeah.
and they both ran well.
Yeah.
And Caleb ran really well. He was in the heat that just didn't go out as fast. And then Tim was in a heat that was hot, and he just stuck his nose in there and went. And I don't know. That's way up there too.
Yeah, that's the top 10 all time as well.
I mean, that was phenomenal, and really similar things. I mean, the guys are just doing the work. They're putting the quarter in their jar every day, and then wake up one day and they're great, right? And so we had a great first day. Everybody's excited. But the next day, and then we had John was in the invitational mile. Helen was in the invitational 800. And Charlotte actually ran really well.
Yeah, she PR'd
She
well.
ran 206, and I think that's 5th in the nation right now. So we were just, knocking them out of the park every single time, and it was a great trip, and everybody did great. 4x4 women broke our school record. So yeah, it was, and Jaden really kind of she got in a really fast heat in the 3K, and it was, I think, a little bit, I don't want to say overwhelming, but she was just like, wow. And then she came back in the mile the next day, and she was in the lead on both sides. And she came back and was like, did great, you know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, there we go. So, but I will say, speaking about John in that group is, John came in, very talented kid, and, freshman, redshirted in lacrosse and outdoor and let him run indoor. And then you could see his sophomore year really started progressing, and you were in those races, but you could tell the race in Boston that you didn't know how to find the finish line maybe the same, and we kind of didn't manage our energy systems as well. This year it just looks different, and it was really fun to watch, especially the mile, because, those people were fast, and John was right in there and started
there with him, yeah.
and was rolling, and you can see, how strong you've gotten, and, all the work's paying off, and the confidence level, and you can see, this is just scratching the surface.
I was going to say this. I could count on one hand, maybe in my time here at CSU Pueblo, that I've seen the progression of some of the athletes, and John's on that list. From the time that I got here 2 or 3 years ago, and where he's at now, that just shows how the jump you've made. I'll ask you this: do you think running in some of these big time meets and running with your teammates day in and day out, that really good competition's got to push you day in and day out, huh?
Yeah, and competition with the other schools and other people, but I think the competition with our group of guys as well is what keeps us going. Having such a close group of guys in practice and races, competing with them too is something that keeps us going along as well.
Is that kind of how you like to operate? That you've seen the Dan Hurley motto where his practices are more intense than the games, because once the games come around, that's the easy part. That's the easy part.
That's exactly what I said. It's like the workouts are harder and more intense. The races are fun.
Yeah, that's the fun part.
Yeah. And one thing that I don't know if people know and I want to make sure I say this, is, we had tremendous leadership in the last 4 or 5 years. Reese was phenomenal, right? He was a great competitor. Every day showed up and ran hard, and you could just be like, hey, do it, Reese. And John was a great teammate as a captain, right? And then this year, that's
tight
John's
niche of
role.
guys over there, yeah.
And John stepped right in, and we haven't missed a beat. And not only is he running really well, but every day in practice he's leading, and the guys love him. And you're just doing such a great job, man. And not only is he running fast, but he's adding value to every other kid on our team, which is as important or more important. So we're developing these young guys, and someday, as he gets to be a senior, right, he's going to have this fresh superstar freshman, and they're going to be like, yeah, when I was a freshman, I had John Sweep as my senior.
It's pretty cool to hear right there.
4 or 5 years later, and that's always a challenge we do, is like, can you leave an impact on your program that lasts longer than the time you were there? And John is already doing that in his very first drive, and that's not usual. So
I got to ask you this, John. So you're an Arizona guy. They're in the Phoenix area. And, I'm from Texas, so I run into this every time I go home and come back. Every time you go home to Arizona and then come back, how long does it take you to get back to the altitude?
You definitely feel it the first couple of runs, and
Air's about the same. It's very thin air in Arizona, too.
I just focus more on the heat that I'm coming out of. It was nice in the winter, though. Like, going back for winter break, that's excellent training and everything. But coming out of the summer into the fall for cross, that's what I'm happy about. But, yeah, I'll feel the altitude for a couple of days, and then I accumulate to it, and it's just go from there.
How do you like to train when you go back home?
How I like to train?
Yeah, you just out and about running around Phoenix, or you going to what's your workout regimen?
Same thing as here. It's just in a different place. I'll go to my old high school track. There's some marathon groups out there I'll do a run with here and there, but it's basically the same thing I'm doing here. Yeah.
Coach, keep it on the guys' side. Talk about your relay squad that it was the week before, just blew everybody's socks off. Talk about that.
Including mine. And I don't know if part of me feels bad.
It was the 4th fastest of all time is what it ended up being?
Yeah.
Obviously the school record. So.
Yeah, it was fast. And, my goal for the year was for us to make sure we had a presence at the national meet in the DMR.
Yeah.
Their goal was to win the DMR. But I really hadn't talked about that.
I like John's idea better.
Agreed. So my job is to kind of be, here's what we're looking like, the landscape, and their job is to be like, yeah, okay, we're going to win. So, Caleb went out and ran a phenomenal 1,200 leg. Everybody executed. John ran 4:02 split at altitude. And the whole time I was like, we are moving. Like, I'm looking at the watch, and I'm like, we're going so fast. I was. And then pretty soon I'm like, are we going to run? Because we were hoping to run like 950. 950 is going to get us in. We're good. We'll have to do it again. Everybody can train. I'm running 942. And I'm like, uh-oh. And then I look at the conversion, and I'm like, so really the only one of our group that was surprised was me. These guys knew that was going to happen, so.
How was that, man? How's the relay squad?
It was nice,
Is that more fun to compete than your individual events, you think?
Oh, yeah. It's a different feeling when you're holding the baton going around the track. You got 3 other guys relying on you, and a lot more competitive with the other teams. And I would say the best part about it was just Coach at the end so surprised that we ran that fast. So that was a good feeling.
Well, I'm sure you probably get tired of it. I got to ask you about Helen. How's she doing physically?
She's great, man. She looked great this last weekend and
ran it was her personal best in the indoor, or second best.
Correct.
Second best.
Yep.
NCAA leader.
Yeah.
This year.
And she ran the race she was in because the heat she was in was really good. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it was the fast heat, but she couldn't really get around. They were just in a single file line, and it was hard. So it was what it was. So I think she was I won't say she was disappointed with the time. But it was about what she could do given the race she was in. So, but it looked great.
All right, we'll go ahead and wrap things. I got to ask both of you guys this before I let you go. It is the Pack Basketball Show. You're a basketball guy. John, are you a basketball guy? You like basketball?
I'm a CSU Pueblo basketball fan.
Okay, you a Suns fan? You grew up a Suns fan or anything?
A little bit. Here and there I'll go to a Suns game, but not too depth.
Coach, talk about the 2 women's teams. Tommy Johnson's your guy. I know Zach Rubisam, you've jumped on his coattail over there. Talk about how those two squads are playing right now.
So much fun and fun to watch, and I would say both groups play with a ton of energy and aggressive, and they play hard, and like, it's just a lot of fun. So we have fun going to games, and they've been doing phenomenal. And I'm glad you brought it up because swimming just had a phenomenal meet. I know wrestling's doing great. Like, really shout out to the winter sports as they get close to their conference tournaments and the nationals. But yeah, it's basketball here has been a lot of fun, and these guys are doing great, and we get out, and I love the Thursday Saturdays because it allows us to at least get out there one day and see it. So it's fun to be
get rowdy on those Thursdays. We like
do.
that. We like that.
Yeah, that's great. So.
All right, well, we're Pack Basketball Show head coach Matt Morris and John Sweep. Thanks for joining us as always, guys, and good luck the rest of the season. Y'all keep breaking all these records, and we'll see you at Nationals here soon.
Thank you.
Hello, Thunderwolves fans. Jim Brooks here, your voice of the Thunderwolves, reminding you that tonight's edition of the Pack Basketball Show is brought to you by The Howler and the Colorado Collegiate Chronicle, courtesy of B-Fish Inc., also known as Tim Simmons, the resident historian of Pack Athletics. It is real simple. Visit bficcc.com to access the Colorado Collegiate Chronicle homepage. From there, click on the Click Here button to sign up for The Howler. Each week, you will receive in your email box a new edition with articles and links to keep you up to date on all things Pack Athletics. Join the Colorado Collegiate Chronicle and sign up for The Howler today. At ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House, we're all about great food, cold beer, and unbeatable game day vibes. Located near CSU Pueblo, we're the go-to spot for students, locals, and sports fans looking for a place to kick back, enjoy delicious handcrafted pizzas, and catch the big game. Every dish is made with fresh ingredients and bold flavors, from our signature pizzas and juicy burgers to our wide selection of ice-cold beers on tap. Whether you're celebrating with friends, grabbing a bite after class, or fueling up before the game, it's where the action happens. Come for the food, stay for the atmosphere. ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House.
And welcome back, Pack Basketball Show here at ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House. And joining me, Zach Rubisam and Ty Adam joining us tonight. He's the pitcher, former pitcher. We talked about how to throw a knuckle curve the other night. I know the RMAC Cider wants us to show him our grip. We'll do that off camera. We'll do that. But, boy, what a week the Thunderwolves had. And, rolling all of a sudden, Zach, again, after that little 3-game losing streak, was disaster happening. What was going to happen? The team's righted the ship, and it's all systems go right now.
It is. I'm trying to think back to our last basketball game. It feels like a long time ago now.
Exactly.
When you have a week off, but no, we've talked about it, Jim. Proud of how our guys responded, not only, with Black Hills and Shadron, but to continue to do that against UCCS at home and then go on the road against CCU. Toughness, resilience, growth, that's February basketball. So, awesome group.
Well, before talking about your performance, let's talk about Saturday. Got to watch a bunch of basketball games. There's 7 games. I'm on the RMAC network. I'm watching them and trying to follow them baseball and watching basketball. It was crazy.
I took a picture of it. I had the Buffs game below.
I saw that, yeah.
I had the Metro game up top. It doesn't get much better than that in February when everyone's playing and you're off, especially coming off 4 wins. So, we put ourselves in a good position, and now we got 4 games left, and it's all about taking it day by day, possession by possession, and continuing to get better.
Now, what do you do on Saturday when all the games are on? Are you doing that, or are you getting your rest and say, forget about it?
Keep in mind, it was Valentine's Day. His fiance was over there. So
that must be why my wife left town. Anyway, talk about your Valentine's Day. Was your Valentine's Day better than mine?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
With my gorgeous fiance, and go get some dinner, and that was Valentine's Day.
Well, we have an expression. I'm sure you've heard it. It's called out-kicking your punt coverage.
He definitely out-kicked his coverage.
Anyway, we've out-kicked our coverage, and, you're tall, though.
Welcome to the club, Ty.
You're tall. I've heard that about different women I know in my life, and they talk about friends of mine. I go, well, he's tall. I go, well, that's key. It's a key thing to be tall. Well, let's talk about the games. UCCS, that was a back-and-forth affair there, but eventually late able to put them away, but it was kind of in doubt for a while. They came out, actually got the lead in the second half, but I thought that was the great thing. You guys said, you know what? All right, there's your taste of the lead. Now we're getting right back on top.
Yeah, no question. Talk about a talented offensive team. UCCS is that.
You watch your scores against everybody else, it's 90.
Yeah. And for us to hold them in the 60s, that's kind of like the 60s league. That's
thing,
where it is.
Back to the 60s.
No doubt. When we were up 5, I think at halftime, maybe 4, and they come up and take a 1-point lead, the thing I was most proud of is there wasn't any flinch. It was like, okay, they came out and hit us. Now we're going to come back and hit them and keep hitting and keep hitting. And that's where our team has really grown up this year. I think, and we talked about it after the CCU game. I don't know, we'll get there, but there's times early in the year where our guys might have got back on their heels and like, oh, crap, is this going downhill?
Right.
And UCCS was a chance to do that right after halftime. And instead of doing that, they're like, okay, they hit us. That was their best shot. Now we're going to come back and keep hitting and keep hitting and keep hitting. And, that's what happens in the end.
I thought the key to the game, Ty, was so when you're playing a team like that, likes to run down the court, you guys kind of, let's get into some half-court sets and be physical with these guys. And I think that was the difference you guys got after them. They have one guy that's pretty tough, Razak. I think he was kind of tough to handle. But all in all, I think you guys were more physical than they were.
Yeah, absolutely. Defense and toughness, I think we made all the winning plays down the stretch of the game. I thought in the second half, after they took that lead, I think we locked in defensively to hold the number one scoring team in the RMAC to 60 points when they're averaging 80, 90 points a game. I think that definitely shows our maturity. Coach has been on us, we have to get back to our defense, our process, and I think that game really showed what we're all about.
Well, plus you got a chance to show off your dunking skills. Got
there
to
were a
the
lot of
hoop and
looks.
got
There were a lot
to a couple different slams in that game.
We don't win that game without Ty Adam.
No,
there's no doubt
sure.
about it. We do not win that game without Ty Adam. The job he did on Marzook, and then being 7 of 8 from the field, the dunks, the finish. If I remember correctly, he had a tough lefty finish in that game.
The drive in from the left off. Yeah, that was one of the key
We don't
plays.
win that game without Ty Adam, and it's nice when you have a guy that could start, can come off the bench. He doesn't care, just comes in and plays hard. Is awesome.
Well, you've been battling a few health issues, and I've got another one right now, but it seems that you're out of the boot, at least. Ben was calling, he's in a boot, he's in trouble. No, he'll be all right. Rub some dirt on it. And evidently you found the right mud bath this week because you're out of the boot, but how are you feeling right now?
I feel good. I'm ready to get back to it. It sucks watching practice, watching play. Don't get to play but have to watch. I want to be out there making an impact and stuff like that. But overall, rehab and get back to it.
Well, what happened? Looks like you just rolled it a little bit, right?
Yeah, I came down from a rebound on top of 2 people's feet. So.
Okay.
Coach Vicky, if you watch this, he may play Thursday. He may not play.
I don't know. I don't think he'll be in there.
So you don't know. He might play Thursday, but he's going to get some treatment. We're going up to Boulder tomorrow. He's going to get some treatment at CU with the strength
now that
coach.
I look at it, looks like there's a cantaloupe in here.
No, he's probably going to play on Thursday, Vicky, so you don't even know what it's going to be.
All right, let's transition now to the game against Colorado Christian. I mean, you talk about a slugfest. I'm on both teams. I mean, their coach, he's got them guys. They grind, and you guys grind. And I mean, it was a grind fest.
Yeah. I mean, Coach Simmons is such a good coach at CCU. The job he's done this year.
Aussie.
Yeah. After they started 0-4 in the league and they've kind of righted the ship, they are tough, especially in their own building. But it was a street fight in February, and we talked about it after the game. You can't control some things that happen, but the basketball gods, favored us that night and, missed a couple free throws and, we come out with a victory. And sometimes you need that in February. It's not always going to be 80-69 or, how we beat Black Hills. It's going to be a slugfest like that. So to win a game 56-54 or whatever it was big time.
I'll tell you, it was a great atmosphere. They don't get a lot of people in there, but it's Tough Shed Arena, and it's packed. I mean, the students are wall-to-wall in there, and it was loud. It was raucous. It had to be a lot of fun. That's what you kind of live for.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot like a high school game. They had a good student section. It was a small arena, but definitely they had energy in there. It was a rowdy game. I thought we handled it well, though. So,
well, I talked to Zach about it. I'll see if you agree. We'll ask your opinion first. I'm over there broadcasting the game. I'm going, we could just get to double-digit lead, get the lead to double figures. I mean, it had 4 or 5 chances, didn't get it done, and finally, boom, couple shots, it's 13-point lead. Then it's 7 minutes to go. It's like, I'm doing the math. I go, a minute per possession, 30 seconds each. And I'm going, this game's over. It doesn't work that way, does it?
No, basketball is a game of runs, so you never have a lead big enough to win it, but you're never out of a game, especially us. We could be down 20, and we're never out of a game. I think we had like we were up 7 maybe, like 3 different times in the game, and we just couldn't get stops in a row to grow the lead to bigger than that.
Right.
But overall, in the end, we won. So
I guess you got to give a little bit of credit to Carter Christian. I mean, they battled down the stretch there and made it a game of it. I mean, they start crashing the boards, doing the tough things. That's the thing that most I admire about their team is you look at maybe athletically, maybe skill-wise, but they know who butters their bread. They got a couple of really good players, the brothers, and they can get downhill on you, and they made it tough there at the end.
No question. I think it was, more about them than about us. I know we talked after the game. I don't know if it was relaxation. I think it was more we're in their home building. They have pride. They're on scholarship. The Basil brothers are really good, so they kept coming and coming and coming. I'm just glad we answered the bell on the road in a tough environment. Our guys have been through that now, and I think they've grown up throughout the year.
Well, I watched them earlier this year win a game like that. At the end, they kind of outscored the opponent like 7 the last minute, and they got a driving hoop to win the game. So I'm sure that's your biggest fear. And then I almost put the whammy on you, the kiss of death. Sanders at the line, hits the first, misses the second. I got the rebound, game's over, and all of a sudden the ball, I go, for the win. I'm watching the ball go, and it hits the top of the backboard. I'm going,
yeah, I can't even look at those shots.
The all-time worst call of all time if that ball goes in. I've seen it happen before, too, at Westminster for a tie. And crazy, but got that win, and now some time off. As you mentioned, it felt kind of weird. I felt kind of weird Saturday, not having a game, and I'm sure in some ways you thought that way, but then you're thinking, you know what? My team's got to be getting this rest, got to feel good for us.
It came at such a good time for us, having played 4 games in 7 days. Having, again, like we said, it's better to win 4 games and then have a break, but it came at a good time. I think the guys got 2 days away from the gym, 2 days away from me, 2 days away from Coach Ranson, which, we coach these guys hard, so I think that's good for them too.
But it was stem winders, don't have to listen to them going crazy at you, right?
It was a good reset for the guys, and we came back on Sunday and had a good shooting workout, and then had 2 good days of practice so far.
I saw a good speech on YouTube last night. Bobby Knight when he had to talk to Michael Jordan coming to the locker room. You haven't set a screen all night. I said, that's going to be Zach.
We hear that a lot too.
Players. Yeah, set a screen. Screen somebody for this game. All right, let's transition to our opponents this week.
Yep.
Face a Metro Ball Club who you're very familiar with. The assistant coach, one of your best friends in coaching. And then mine's on Saturday. We'll focus on Metro first of all. Team you haven't seen this year in the regular season, but did see them this year in a scrimmage, and it was a battle royale.
It was, and I mean, that's the good thing about having your friends in coaching. When we play only one time, we're like, hey, man, we don't play till February. Let's scrimmage in October, and I think it was a scrimmage that got both our programs better. Right. We're a different team than we were in October. They're a different team than they were in October, so it'll be a fun game. I told Dan this week, I'm like, hey, man, I'm not looking forward to this game, but I'm looking forward to it, if that makes sense. So it'll be fun because we're going to compete, and, I know our guys are focused, and I know they have our back because, I've made it clear, like, I want to beat him, so I know he wants to beat me. It'll be fun.
Well, I'm sure, Ty, you look at it, they're out of it as far as the playoff chase, so you know what? They might as well have some fun and play 4 games in a row. Maybe they win 4 straight and get in. That's what they got to be thinking. I'm sure that's what you got to be worried about, getting their best shot.
Yeah, every night, like Coach said, is a street fight. Every game matters. Every possession matters. So I think we got to take it possession by possession. If we stick to our process, we'll get the outcome that we want. So that's all we need. We just need to focus possession by possession.
Is that maybe the biggest difference in your basketball career, thinking back on it, the way your team plays right now? I mean, you guys come out of the locker room at halftime and are intense. I mean, you running around and getting in your stance and doing all that. Seems like that's the difference in this ball club, the intensity level from the get-go.
Yeah, I think our coaches do a great job. Shout out Coach Root and Ranson. It's every day is intense. It's competitive every day. We compete. We play hard. We play together. So I think it's just we're all bought into the same thing. We all have the same goals that we're chasing. So in that sense, we're all on the same page. We all want to do it together and stuff like that. So I think the intensity, I think that builds intensity.
Well, Ty's a little different big guy because he can play inside, mix it up, but he's also got a pretty good stroke. When you get him out there on the wing, if they give him a shot, he doesn't hesitate, fires him home.
Coach's dream. you want a hybrid big that can go inside, that can play outside. Like, when you're trying to game plan against a guy like Ty, it's like, well, shoot, do we take away his three? Well, now he's going to, shot fake and drive us. Do we play off of him? Well, we can't do that because now he's going to hit 3 threes and it's going to open up the game. So his versatility, his continued perseverance through ups and downs of the season is what I'm really proud of. And, for him, this is his first full year of basketball since he got hurt. So,
right.
Him to persevere and keep battling, keep getting better. His best basketball is still ahead of him. He just has to keep staying humble and keep working.
Well, let's transition. We'll talk a little bit about Mines. That was a really tough game earlier this year that you guys ended up pulling out. It was I remember Real hit the key shot of the game, the three-pointer, to give you a 6-point advantage. But they've got a guy kind of like that. It's really tough. The names escape me. 32. What's his name?
Big fella. Romack.
Romack.
Yeah,
there
Romack.
we go. Romack. And this guy, you talk about the ability to shoot it from outside, but his bread and butter is he likes to drive it right at your chest. Go ahead and foul me. And if not, I'm going to knock you down.
Yeah, and I mean, Coach Orser's done such a good job recruiting around him because it's a little pick your poison with Mines of, all right, do we let Romack go inside and guard the three-point line and take away threes? Or do we sell out and try to stop Romack, and then he's such a good player now, he's spraying it out and they're getting threes. And, it's hard. Everyone plays better in their home gym, and Mines is no exception. So we got a challenge ahead of us Saturday just to continue to do what we do and do the best we can and take away threes and contain Romack.
I'm not sure this is the case, Ty, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. They're undefeated in their home gym in conference
Are they
play.
undefeated?
They might be. I don't know for sure. I'm just going to pump you up. I'm gonna do
I was
your
looking
job
at Ben
for you.
Greenberg over
so
there.
we want to be the team to knock them off at their home gym, but they've got a bunch of freshmen, which is kind of astonishing. They usually have a veteran ball club, and this year, Pryor, that's why I said Pryor is going to stick around and coach another 3 years. This is the reason he brought a bunch of young kids in. He's got to follow them all the way through. But you're not so much a young kid anymore when you're a true freshman coming in. You've played 20 games. You know you're going to get their best shot.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're home. They're fighting in the RMAC tournament.
They got that obnoxious band. You're familiar with that?
I've never played at Mines.
You haven't played there, but you've haven't sat on the bench. They got a band. I mean, they're very good at agitating.
I love Mines in college basketball.
So you're going to get your education then at Mines.
Yeah.
In more than usually you go there to get an engineering degree. You're going to get a basketball degree on Saturday.
Yeah, and they're going to play hard. They're a tough team. We knocked them off at home. They're going to want to get revenge on us, so we got to be on our P's and Q's, go out, execute the way that we can execute, and we'll like what we.
Well, Zach, I'm sure that's what has your attention because they're right on the fringe of getting in or out. They need victories. They got to have a couple of wins down the stretch. You guys are in all of a sudden, but now you're looking for a higher ground. You want to get a home game, and I'm sure that kind of sets up the dynamic. Who wants it more in these 2 games this weekend?
Yeah, no doubt. We've talked about it as a team the last couple of days. Like, the old saying is don't get drunk on your own wine. Like, the RMAC made the graphic the other day.
Yeah.
The guys are
we're back.
The guys are walking around campus. So you guys have had such a great season, all of this. Like, guys, we haven't done anything yet.
Exactly.
And Metro, especially in Mines, are fighting their tails off to continue to not only get in but to improve their seed.
Right.
So we're focused on Dan Fickey and the Fighting Roadrunners on Thursday, and then whatever happens there, we're gonna have a great day practicing up in Boulder at CU on Friday and get ready for Mines on Saturday.
Yeah, it is kind of a little special treat for your ball club to do this on Friday.
Yeah, I mean, it's special for me. I hope it's special for the guys because we had to kind of went out of our way to do it, but. Thank you to CU. We get to practice. We're going to have scouting report in the film room at CU on Friday, and then we're going to practice in the arena. And then we're going over to the fueling station at the Champion Center where all student athletes eat. Like, it's going to be eye-opening for our guys because, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's a different stratosphere at that level in the Big 12. So I think it should be fun for our guys, a cool opportunity to get somewhere and to see this, and then if they want to watch the Buffs practice, do that. So it'll be a cool day for me, but hopefully a cool day for our guys.
Any chance Ben and I could tag along? Do they
Come
have
on in.
cheeseburgers plain with ketchup?
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to have on Friday. I'm hoping it's like steak and shrimp, but
Okay.
we'll see what we get.
That's more my speed. Hey, thanks for joining us. Good luck this week and have a good week.
Appreciate it, Jim.
Thank you, Jim.
All right, there it is, our basketball segment with the men. We'll come back. Ty McDonough will rejoin me. We'll talk about this week in the RMAC, plus get you set for everything that's involved with that. We are at ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House. It is the Pack Basketball Show.
At ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House, we're all about great food, cold beer, and unbeatable game day vibes. Located near CSU Pueblo, we're the go-to spot for students, locals, and sports fans looking for a place to kick back, enjoy delicious handcrafted pizzas, and catch the big game. Every dish is made with fresh ingredients and bold flavors, from our signature pizzas and juicy burgers to our wide selection of ice-cold beers on tap. Whether you're celebrating with friends, grabbing a bite after class, or fueling up before the game, it's where the action happens. Come for the food, stay for the atmosphere. ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House.
Hello, Thunderwolves fans. Jim Brooks here, your voice of the Thunderwolves, reminding you that tonight's edition of the Pack Basketball Show is brought to you by The Howler and the Colorado Collegiate Chronicle, courtesy of B-Fish Inc., also known as Tim Simmons, the resident historian of Pack Athletics. It is real simple. Visit bficcc.com to access the Colorado Collegiate Chronicle homepage. From there, click on the Click Here button to sign up for The Howler. Each week, you will receive in your email box a new edition with articles and links to keep you up to date on all things Pack Athletics. Join the Colorado Collegiate Chronicle and sign up for The Howler today.
And welcome back, Pack Basketball Show here at ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House. $15 pizza night here on Tuesday nights.
Ooh, don't tempt me.
Oh man, we met you.
Don't tempt me.
I don't think we put it in order, did we? Maybe that's what we'll have. Well, you got to scrape it off though, because you're on the no carb.
I don't know. Might break the carb diet tonight.
Break it and have a little sausage. Ben gets
teasing
a
me.
sausage and pepperoni large ordered up for us. We're gonna have that. We're gonna enjoy that. All right, let's talk about this week. And we've already had our coaches on. They don't like to talk about 2 games in advance. They want to talk about the game that's upcoming. But this is a pivotal weekend in the RMAC on both women's and men's side. Not so much maybe on the women's side because Mesa has it wrapped up.
Yeah.
But from there on down, we'll start on the women's side. Nothing really settled 3 through 8. There could be a lot of movement here.
There could be a lot of movement, Jim. And I actually was talking with Tommy the other day after they beat CCU. I texted him. I said, you said, and you mentioned it to him earlier. Hey, man, you're only in the loss column just a couple games back of 4th place. I mean, and I'll tell you what, this past week was a great week for the women on Thursday and Saturday for the rest of the league. They took care of business on their own, but they got some help around the league too. Everybody around them that lost that they needed to. So
yeah, they were right there. If they get to when they win out, they could be right there. They
Oh,
could
yeah.
be right in the
Oh,
mix
yeah.
for 4th or 5th. The key thing you want to do is avoid 8th.
Yeah.
Because you finish 8th, then you got to go play Mesa in the first round. So you'd like to get the 7th or 6th. Or, as we said, if you win out and a lot of things fall into place, it might work that way. On the men's side of the house, Fort Lewis, what's happened? I mean, they've lost 4 in a row.
They're coming back down to earth a little bit.
Yeah.
I think they're starting to play a little bit tougher competition in the RBAC. I don't want to take anything away from Fort Lewis. I think they're a really good squad. That's a tough environment there in Durango to play in, but it's a long season. They got on a little bit of a heater, and teams in the RMAC want to beat each other up. It's like it's a really good basketball conference. There's some teams down here like who we're playing, Colorado CCU the other night with a 6-10 conference record. They're better than their record. If you don't come in night in and night out and play, you could go on a 4-game losing streak.
You look at those standings on the men's side. I mean, the Thunderbolts sitting there in 4th. Outside shot. Outside shot, you could win the conference.
They could.
Now you're going to have trouble with that tiebreaker with Mesa, but you win all 4 games, and everybody's kind of beating each other up. You could slip into like a magical 3 or 4-way tie for the conference right now.
Yeah, it could happen. Anything, Black Hills with 3 losses, Mesa with 3 losses. We're there with 5, and the way we're playing right now, we're probably the hottest team in the RMAC right now. Yeah, I mean, maybe if we can win out and Black Hills and Mesa can drop a couple, get a goofy little 3-4-way tie, who knows?
Yeah, I'd like to see Mesa at Westminster tonight. So when we update these standings, when you're watching it here on our graphic, we'll
tough
know
place to play.
if they won tonight or not. But they've been on such a roll lately. I'm kind of envisioning maybe Mesa having a letdown. I know their head coach, Hall of Famer, probably doesn't want to let that happen. They're pretty good. But we saw what Westminster did to us. They're capable, and plus they got a big win this weekend as well, where they shot the lights out. They're going to shoot 60% for 3. They're going to beat anybody.
Well, we talked about that driving up for the men and women. It's just a hard trip out there to Salt Lake City. It doesn't matter if Westminster's having a down year, good year, whatever it is. It's a hard road trip, and and they're going to bring their, like you said, I love how you said it earlier, they're probably out of it, so just go have fun. Just go play and have fun.
I wanted to show the coaches my scenarios here. I got a spiral notebook with all the possibilities here, but here's what they want me to do with that. They want me to get rid of that right now. So we'll just go. We won't worry about the scenarios. We'll worry about getting a win on Thursday night. But looking at the schedule this week, Ty, on both sides, it's the same schedule for both, for men and women. But we kind of picked out a couple games. I think on the women's side and the men's side, we're liking that UCCS matchup at Mines.
Well, I'll say this for the women at least. I think it's a good scenario because either a team that's right ahead of you is going to lose a game or a team right behind you that you don't want to tie could lose. So it's 50-50. Tommy Johnson's probably rooting for UCCS. Let's get Mines out of the way behind us. But, yeah, that's going to be a tough one there in Golden. And then on the men's side, same thing. UCCS kind of fighting for their lives. Mines is probably in the tournament there, with 10 wins, but they still got a lot to play for. And like you said earlier, it's a tough environment to play in.
The other sleeper game on both sides, Black Hills State at Adams State. We've seen their women, of course, for Adams State. They're sitting there in second. They've been on a little tailspin, so they're going to want to prove things to get back in shape. We saw how good Black Hills State is a couple weeks ago when they took care of the Thunderwolves. On the men's side, Adams State, I think they're, besides the Thunderwolves, that's one of the sleeper teams in this conference. If you had Adams State and CSU Pueblo on your bingo card as 4th and 5th in the conference before the season, people might have thought you might have been a little stretched, but both these teams have been the surprise, I think, in this conference.
I think that just shows the testament of how well they're coached. Yeah. Adams State sitting there. Luckily for us, we have the tiebreaker over them, so if it does come to a head-to-head tie, we'll have that on the men's side. But, yeah, you called it right there. I think probably didn't a lot of teams have them, but I think we for sure did. We knew how well both Zach Rubisam was going to coach these guys up this year.
And the other game we're going to pay attention to, Black Hills State has to go into Highlands on Saturday, both the men and the women. We've seen Highlands women come up with some huge wins at home. They took Mesa. They've given Mesa the best game of the year when they lost them. Yeah, when they went down to a final possession. And their men's team been very good. They did drop one this last weekend, but, that's going to be a tough matchup.
Tough play. It's another tough road trip. It's a hike down to Las Vegas, New Mexico. You got to play on that blue court that you're kind of can't really see. Me, I'm colorblind. It gives me fits.
You got Sam Kennison Settembre as their head coach. He can go off.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
That's
it. He's so mild-mannered, but then when he wants to, he can go off, and he's done a great job down there as well.
Yeah, and the Black Hills kind of coming down to earth a little bit too, just a little bit. And New Mexico Highlands playing for seeding right now. They're probably going to be in the tournament. Don't want to say anything for sure. Probably going to be in the tournament, but they're still playing for a lot right now at 9-7. The women's team is not eliminated yet. Gosh, we were sweating a little bit for the women going up to heading up on Thursday to CCU. It's like, well, if the women don't want to tie them, and if they kind of run the table, which we're looking at their schedule, we thought they could, and they ended up actually losing on Thursday. It helped a lot. It's going to be tough for them to catch CSU Pueblo now, but they still could sneak in the back door maybe in that 8 seed.
Well, one thing we can agree on, I think all of our fans can agree on, the RMAC is tough. Top to bottom, it is a tough conference. It's a great basketball conference, not only here for us locally, but nationally. As always, do great things, and I'm looking forward to these last 4 regular season ball games, and it all starts on Thursday night. We'll be in Denver at the Auraria Event Center. 5:30 and 7:30 are the game times. 5:15 with the pregame show on Fox Sports Pueblo. Saturday we'll be in Golden to take on Colorado Mines or Colorado School of Mines. They don't like to be called Colorado Mines.
Don't say that. You better get it right.
Well, I say it because they don't like it.
Get the Brandon guy on you.
That's right. They will get after you. 12:45 with the pregame show. 1 o'clock for the women. 3 o'clock for the men. Once again on Fox Sports Pueblo. Hey, thanks a lot for joining me.
Love it every time, Jimmy.
All right, buddy. You get a little weekend off. No baseball.
I don't know. Hey, you
got softball?
You need me on Thursday?
Come on up. Come on up. We'll do it again. All right. Thanks to Ben Greenberg, Sports Information Director, Paul Plinske, the Athletic Director. Special thanks to everybody here at ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House, as well as Tim Simmons from B-Fish Incorporated. BFICCC.com. Subscribe to the Colorado Collegiate Chronicle as well as the Howler. That's where you want to be.
Every Sunday.
All right, Ty. For Ty McDonough, for Ben Greenberg, Jim Brooks, good night, everybody.